I was just sitting here thinking, all Asians are not bad. You know, we have to be careful. Just like white people and other races have to be careful and not put all so-called black Americans in the same category. Everyone is different. Everybody's an individual. Not everyone think the same. There's a certain group of so-called black Americans that hate white people. There's a certain group of white people that hate black people. They hate Asian. They hate anybody that's not white. And then you have a certain group of Asians that don't like black Americans. Now, black Americans in many cases create problems for their own selves. I made a video a long time ago talking about your image and protecting your image. And I had so-called black people respond and say, I don't care what other people think about me. I don't care if other people don't like me. They don't pay my bills. They didn't raise me. I don't owe them anything, and they don't owe me anything. So you have people of all races that have nothing but hatred and negativity in their heart. Now, there are Asians that's going over and beyond. And when I say Asian, we also have to be careful because many of the Asians look alike, whether they're from China, Korea, Japan, even Hawaiians. People get Asians and Hawaiians confused. There's people from the Philippines, and if you don't know the difference, you can mistake someone from China that's from the Philippines and vice versa. So it's not always good to judge everybody according to that group or that race. When I used to work for Digital Equipment Corporation, one of my best friends was this dude from China. His name was Chingman Quan. Was a good friend of mine, right? We got along. That was my boy, right? And I remember when Digital was going through its reconstruction and downsizing, I was the one that had to walk Chingman Quan to the door. I had to stand there and watch him pack his desk along with everybody else that got laid off. And I had white and Asian people crying because when they came to work that morning, I knew who was being laid off before they did. So when they came to work that morning, they had no idea that they were being laid off. When I saw Chingman Quan go into that conference room, man, my heart dropped. Because I didn't want him to be laid off. He was a genuine, honest soul, a good soul. So after he came out, he had this look of shock on his face. And I had to stand over his desk and make sure that he packed all his stuff, and I had to walk him to the door. And he was just sitting there and tears were coming down his eyes, and he was saying, how am I gonna support my family? I just bought this house. My daughter's in college. How am I gonna pay for that? And then he asked me, he said, is it okay if I go out through the back door? I don't want people looking at me, you know, when I leave. So I said, sure, no problem, man. So I walked him to the back and made sure he was out. But he was a good soul. he was a person that I would call my friend, and there's not too many people I call friend. I don't care who you are, what race you are. There's too many people I don't call friend because I don't trust too many people. For me to trust you, you must be a genuine soul, or I may or must think that you are a genuine soul. Other than that, I don't trust too many people. But Chingman Kwan was a good person, and I didn't sense any type of negativity, hostility, racism from him. And so it's just like my son's mother. She looks like a Blackanese. She looks Asian. She's got the face, the eyes. If you saw her, you would straight up think she was an Asian, a Blackanese. And there's this Chinese restaurant that she go to, right? I think it's Chinese, right? Because some of them, it's hard to tell the difference, right? But she go to this Chinese restaurant, and whenever she go there, they think that she is one of them. And they always make sure when they see her coming, they have a big smile on their face. They're greeting her, and when they give her, when she place her order, they will go overboard, pile food on her plate, right? Because they think that she's Asian, but she's my complexion, right? So all Asians are not bad people, all right? And I refuse to lump them all together, because I've met some real cool Asian people, man. Some from the Philippines, some from China. We all love kung fu movies. You know, we all love Bruce Lee for the most part. And you have a lot of martial artists, black martial artists, that was inspired by Bruce Lee. And they got into the martial arts because of Bruce Lee, right? So all Asians are not bad, right? And I refuse to put them all in the same category, man. And we have to be careful that we don't create enemies that are not enemies. See, and like I was gonna say, a lot of the stuff that we see happen in the discrimination towards so-called black people, much of that is brought on by black people, just by your image, you know, the image that you show the world. It could be the way you dress, it could be the weave and the wigs and the ratchetness, the twerking, the fight videos, in the media. You know, all you see is like blacks knocking out other races for no reason, shooting each other and using little children as a cover. You know, in New York City, man, there was this dude, man, shooting, and there was two little kids, man, and he used this, he grabbed this little kid, dived on this child, and put her in front of him to try to block those rounds. And fortunately, that child did not get shot. So this is what the world sees. So you can't fault them for having a negative opinion of you when you created that image for yourself. So all Asians are not bad people. I don't hate Asians. I hate discrimination and racism in spite of what race or nationality is coming from. So feedback, tell me what you think. I guess I made this video to kill time while I'm on my way home. Click on the Cash App, support the channel. Till next time, I'm fearless.